Hey guys, this is Jabroni, and today I want to give you another video on base identification and a super helpful tip that you definitely should be aware of whenever you go into war. And so we're going to look at an attack that CB Warrior did, and I want to explain whenever you have a base that has a town hall near one edge or one corner, and then you have the infernos away from the town hall, and usually the eagle is also away from the town hall, a strategy that you should consider is a queen walk to the town hall and then use hogs, possibly miners, to get the other part that your queen is not going to get, which would be the infernos, in this case, the expos, and the eagle, and all the other defenses that are up there towards the top right. Now, why would you do that? Because if you try to do some kind of like Yeti attack, it's going to be extremely difficult to force your Yeti to go to the infernos and the eagle after they've already hit the town hall. Normally you want to get that town hall down first if you're doing a Yeti attack, because you don't want to risk, getting a 1-star fail, especially if it's CWL. So that's why doing a queen charge followed by hogs and or miners would be a great choice on bases of this type of style. Now, I will add one more piece to this. If these expos would have been set to ground, then CB Warrior might have considered doing a queen walk and then maybe dragons or E-drags, because you can see with these buildings being one space or zero spaces apart between each other, not the infernos, but the other defenses, E-drags chain link ability could work very well on that type of base. But the expos were not set to ground, so that's why CB Warrior chose to go with the hogs and miners instead. One more thing, and this is an extremely important tip. When you have a clan castle that is on the edge and you can take it down with Sneaky Goblins, in fact, you can do it with 5 Sneaky Goblins, then no clan castle troops will ever come out of it. All right, so let me explain the plan the CB Warrior did on this base. He used a baby dragon to take down these buildings here, and then that would force his queen to walk this way towards the town hall. But before he did any of that, he used 5 Sneaky Goblins to take down the clan castle building. They also end up triggering a tornado trap, which is great. And so the queen's job is to take down the town hall, the enemy heroes as well, and the enemy scatter shots. You're going to have to use rage spells at least 2 times because of all the different amounts of damage that she's going to take, starting with the enemy queen, and then later on the scatter shots and the town hall. Using a free spell is also helpful. Now, you will notice the air defense, since there is one space between the cannon and the air defense, the queen cannot end up shooting down that air defense unless CB would have broken into these walls here. But then if he breaks into the walls, will the queen end up getting the town hall? We don't know. So one thing CB Warrior adds to this attack, and I thought this was really a nice touch, is he brings, I forget if it was 3 or 4 hog riders to eventually target the cannon and then later the air defense to try to prevent the air defense from shooting down too many healers. Then from there, he brings a siege barracks and his king to funnel out this stuff here, and then from there he can bring his miners and hogs to target the infernos and the other defenses, and then to continue along the path towards the eagle and all the rest of the defenses. And guys, that's the type of plan that works on this kind of base. All right, so let's watch this attack in action. So like you saw, baby dragon comes to funnel, and the Sneaky Goblins come to take down the clan castle building. So that way no enemy clan castle troops will ever end up coming out of it once it is destroyed. Like I had mentioned before, the Sneaky Goblins do end up triggering the tornado trap, which is great. From here, it's a matter of bringing the queen from this 6 o'clock corner. Like I said, raging her up early because she's going to have to engage that enemy queen, and she has to have the rage spell there on the healers to keep her alive so you don't have to use her ability. So from here, it's just a matter of keeping the queen alive, using the rage spells whenever needed on the healers, especially once the scatter shot begins targeting the queen. And you're going to see that's why CB Warrior uses the rage spell here. Yep, there it is. And he will also end up freezing that scatter shot to also help once the queen is also being targeted by the town hall. From here, he brings the Hog Riders. He was a little bit late on the Hog Riders. I don't want to be critical because CB Warrior did such a great job here on this attack. But the Hog Riders, if they would have been brought down a little bit earlier, they could have taken the air defense down quicker to prevent some of the healers from being shot down. From here, he brings the King in the Siege Barracks to take out all the buildings up here. You see all those gold mines and gold storages. So they are trying to create that part of the funnel so that he could eventually bring his miners and Hog Riders in between. From here, put the miners down first, then the Grand Warden, then the Hogs, and then the Royal Champion to follow behind. And then from here, it's just a matter of choosing where to use your heal spells to keep those troops alive, specifically the Hog Riders and miners. And I'm going to hit ×2 because there isn't really much else for me to say. You do see he used his Grand Warden's ability as well. He tried to use a couple balloons down here to pick off the Archer Tower. Unfortunately, some Skellies and one Black Seeking Air Mine came up to prevent the balloons from doing that, but it didn't matter. He had so many Hogs and Miners that stayed alive, along with this P.E.K.K.A. that came out of the Siege Barracks. This is the way you can defeat these kind of bases. Again, what are you looking for? A clan castle that you can take down with Sneaky Goblins, a town hall that's near an edge or a corner, and then infernos that are far away from that town hall. That's when you want to do this type of attack. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you next time.